If you have any information regarding the disappearance of Maura Murray, please contact the New Hampshire Cold Case Unit at 603-271-2663 or email them at coldcaseunit@dos.nh.gov or contact the family at www.mauramurraymissing.org or contact them by email at mauramurrayfamilydirect@gmail.com. Of course, links will be provided below. Hello, this is Rick, and this is Burn After Reading. I'd like to state right off the bat that I have no official involvement with Maura's family, law enforcement, and investigators. Having said that, let's get on with the video. I'd like to provide an update on the James Renner vacation stalking incident. As of now, it has been stated in the police report that no crime has been committed. Renner has taken photos of the police report on his blog. Some areas were redacted, and that's reasonable on some spots like addresses and such. I mean, it makes sense. However, some redacted spots were questionable. It wasn't until Jeni from the Down and Away podcast posted a tweet that helped make sense of it all. Look at the redacted photo. Does it make you wonder why that would be covered up? Well, let's see what's under the hood, shall we? Ah, yes. Take a look at it. Context matters, doesn't it? Oh, how I wonder why Renner would want to cover up such a thing. I'll leave it to him to answer, if at all. Besides, he tweeted he'll soon stop talking about the incident. I bet there's another thing he'll stop talking about. He keeps bringing up the restraining order. It's a temporary one. You see, courts usually always side, they're cautious about, not granting temporary restraining orders. However, when it comes to a permanent one, I think you'll find out a different result. Having said that, I want to be clear that leaving a note like that is inappropriate. I don't think the note is as threatening as he makes it sound, but I understand wanting to protect your family. I'm not insensitive to it. What I am saying is that tactics like redacting things that make you look bad only leaves people to question your motives. It raises doubt and skepticism. Going back to Jeni, she crafted an excellent post on Reddit connecting some dots. Let me read part of it. Note: this post is about the troll activity in the community and has nothing to do with Maura Murray. If you're not interested in that, please disregard. A lot has happened in recent weeks related to the toxicity in the Maura Murray community. Fake tips have been revealed, a longtime troll has been outed, information has been forwarded to law enforcement, and a disturbing pattern has emerged that I think is worth bringing to light. Behind-the-scene threats whenever anyone tries to tell the truth about bad actors and bad behavior within the community. It took me a while, but I feel like I've connected enough of the dots to see the bigger picture behind it all. Not all of it, to be sure. I jumped in much later than many of you, but I hope in future posts, one by one, we can look at each fake tip and false leads, most which seem to have sprung up in 2013 and 2014. Let's pull them apart and see whether they, too, may have been associated with Folk, who is now admitted to multiple fake tips. But to me, the big takeaway, and the subject of this post, is the harassment behind the scenes by certain people, to include threats and doxing for the purposes of keeping other people quiet and keeping certain theories and narratives at the forefront. It sure feels to me like James Renner, who is now taken to attacking the Murray family directly, is responsible for helping to create an environment that is hostile to anyone and everyone that is critical of him and his book. If you're interested in reading more, I'll have the link. Just check in the description. In response, James Renner countered with his typical MO. Attack the person. Oh, just like he's done with Fred, Julie, Maura's friends, Bill, Aaron, Scott, and so on and so on. In my opinion, he can't counter the content, so he'll use unrelated things to attack the person, hoping they'll now be too busy defending themselves, or maybe they're just going to hope that because of all of it, they'll just go away. To that I say, shame on you, James Renner. Moving on. There's something I'd like to discuss. Something I think is serious and poisons the well in this case and community. Again, I wasn't planning on covering this so soon, but as the old saying goes, you make your plans and you hear God laughing. I'd like to talk about the irresponsible behavior of Eric, better known as the Armchair Detective. He has been a known figure in the community for quite some time. Recently, he's discussed Renner and a person who goes by the handle and username Folk. Some of the things he talks about I don't necessarily disagree with. I don't want or need to go into it all, but there are a few things I feel are crucial to discuss. He's been receiving many troll emails by someone suspected to be Folk, who like the devil goes by many names. In these emails, this person takes credit for the abduction and murder of Maura Murray, something that is vile and despicable. The same person has also made disturbing and sickening threats to Eric, his ex-wife, and his child. Some of the things I read are so alarming I dare not repeat. Threats like these, be they real or trollish behavior just to get a rise out of a person, is flat out unacceptable. Period. Eric made the right call to report this to authorities. Better safe than sorry. However, it's one thing to report on threats and to make unsubstantiated claims, one being that Folk is Maura Murray's murderer. He didn't state that he might be or that he thinks he is, but he claims that he knows he is. 100%. Now, I'd like to share some of my exchanges with Eric, along with his responses to other YouTube users. So there you go. You read it for yourself. Zero doubt. No room for critical thinking because the Armchair Detective solved the case because of emails designed to troll him and to get a rise out of him. Because of it, he has sent thousands of emails to the New Hampshire Cold Case Unit and others. As if law enforcement didn't have enough to shift through, but I am sure they'll make Armchair's daily emails a priority. You see, the troll knows what he, she, or maybe even they are doing. It's the same troll email that James Renner received years ago about coordinates claiming Maura was at a certain location high up a mountain. The same email is what got Art, Maggie, Tim, Lance, a film crew, and a guide to go all the way up a mountain only to find, can you guess? Nothing. You see, trolls like this get off at other people's expense. Try to reason with him and point it out, and he'll accuse you of being a troll because he thinks he knows better and he is the ultimate authority of the subject. That's also evident as he attacked Jeni and me in his latest video. That was on July 24th. He makes braggadocious claims that he covered those things a long time ago. How dare anyone else discuss or talk about it or connect anything? In his mind, he and he alone is the only one. In addition, he has made snide remarks about my work being shared on the Maura Murray Facebook page, the official one, along with Aaron sharing it on Twitter. Quite frankly, I don't understand it, and it makes him come off as petty, jealous, and resentful. That kind of sour grapes is unbecoming. I'd like to address one more thing. Something that bothers me. Armchair Detective has mentioned several times about his book. He even went as far as to tell me I won't be a part of it and I won't be mentioned. I'll do my best to recover from that shared disappointment. You see, people like him are no different than the others who want to profit off of Maura. Be it a private investigator seeking accolades and reward money, a tabloid journalist publishing sensationalism instead of facts, monetized podcasters using her name as a stepping stone, and etc. They're dyed from different colors, but are cut from the same cloth. It's a circus, and they are all the clowns who are there to entertain. Never mind at whose expense, though. And to that I say, in all seriousness, though, Eric, Armchair Detective, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to stop. And what I'm asking you to stop is to make audacious claims of who you know the murderer is. Let law enforcement decide that. Because what you're doing, and I don't know if you know that you're doing this, it's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful to the family and the people who care about this case. It's up to you, though. What do you want to do? Do you want to double down on it? Or do you want to maybe take a step back and go, you know what? Maybe I'm getting played. And I think that's what's happening. Of course, I won't make any certainties because I don't know. But here's the thing. Neither do you.